4x4 arcade car. And I was the leader.
Well, you was more than that, but you ain't gonna tell the whole story. But I was gonna ask you this. I was gonna ask you this.
I was
gonna ask you. Tell me, are you using the same tools in there when you first came home that you're using now? Are you using any of those tools or pushing that line or making that line do what it's supposed to do? Are you doing that, any of that now?
No, not really. I'm a leader. I'm a born leader. And a leader. I'm comfortable in a leadership position. But I use my leadership skills like to navigate the streets the way that I do now. You know, because now I know what I don't want to do.
So can you provide some examples of how you illustrate being a leader now?
Where I used to use my leadership skills before for bad stuff. Although I wanted to keep my people safe, and because the goal was to make sure everybody get home and make sure everybody is safe, right? And to make sure that there's no cancer in the community. If there is, pluck it out. But before I get home, it's basically seeing a bad situation, right? Knowing it's a bad situation and deciding I'm not going into that bad situation, right? So instead of instructing 50, 60 men, now I just got to focus on me. I instruct me. That's not good, so I'm not going to.
Did you come home? I'm sorry, can I just ask this question or follow up on it? Did you come home with those tools or do you have some new tools now? And what are they?
I developed new tools.
Okay,
yes.
come on.
One of the things that I was lacking before was I didn't have the understanding of impact and magnitude. And impact and magnitude is the impact and magnitude of your decisions and your behavior and how it affects others, right? And how it affects your community, your family, and whatnot, right? I didn't understand causing the factors. Causing the factors are, you know, the things that you went through that caused you to do the things that you do, right? And I didn't understand victim awareness, right? I've been shot before 3 times, right? But I didn't consider myself a victim because I'm like, okay, I received, but I didn't gave. I'm gonna cut it off. So, when I started delving into the work, doing the work of victim awareness, understanding victims of violence, that's when I'm like, oh, this is what it feels. And you'll never know how it feels. If you're a car thief, you'll never know how it feels until your car gets stolen. Yeah, when you walk outside, the shit ain't there. You know what I mean? It's cold feelings. Or
She's a therapist
when
now.
somebody put
She got a doctorate just the other day. Is that something?
It's
amazing.
I can remember her.
You can't be stopped.
My brother gave me some money to buy a phone. And it's green dot money. I did a green dot to somebody. They hit a lap, came back, said the numbers is no good. I know they're good. We know his money good. You know that, right? No. So I found out later on, maybe about 5 months later, that the person spent the block, spent the lap, got the numbers, and pulled the money that quick. And the woman I was dealing with at that time, because I was ready to crash out of her, right? She was like, all the stuff that you took from other people, right? You really gonna lose it all? Now you know how it feels.
Wow.
Right? And I felt like a straight mark. I mean, I got robbed by somebody I know. Can't deal with me.
You got robbed or you got played?
I feel like I got robbed.
No, you got played. You got played.
I want to move into something a lot deeper.
Right.
This song impacted me a lot and brought me to tears. On Fab's Son of a Pimp 2, it was a letter to you, and he broke down the song as his frustration with you getting out of jail, going back, and just around not being a big brother, the brother that he needed, right? And it brought tears to me because I experienced that with my older brother, right? And when you're a younger brother, you look up to your older brother like they're God, and you want them to be in your life, and it's hurtful when they're not in your life.
Right.
Now, when I was listening to the song, I said to myself, what is that like, Antoine, hearing that song? And I want for you to express what that was like to hear that song for the first time.
I cried. I cried. And almost every time I hear it, I cry. Because it was real, and it was his pain, it was his hurt, in his words, speaking to me. A lot of people probably wouldn't understand that song, but I did, and I got it. And I think that it did what it was supposed to do. Right? It touched me in a way that it's like, damn, I damn near lost my brother. Because the time that they gave me, you weren't supposed to get back from that. I mean, and it's just by the grace of God that I'm here.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In the story, it says that you said that when you were at the carnival, you shot someone because of what your boss told you, and then when you went to prison, you was a leader. Would you say that he was led wrong and you was led wrong?
Of course. First of all, when you give a 15, 16-year-old a gun, right? That's the first mistake right there, right? And then when you let them loose into the city to cause havoc, that's even worse. So we was teenagers running around with choppers, and just ready to go, right? We hadn't even lived yet, so we didn't value life. So, yeah, we both was misled.
Good question.
Is it true when you was arrested when you was young, you used to say you was older because you couldn't bail out of juvenile hall, but you knew you could get out of North County?
Yeah. Yeah. And I had an anger, and I knew that as soon as I got there, they was gonna come get me.
Hey, Twan, it's not right. You use words, defining cause and effect. A lot of people don't understand that. But the defining qualities about this. And then under the youth offender law, other people don't know about these things about impulsivity, low self-esteem, poor peer association. All the scripting and conditioning that we all went through at a time in our life. But we didn't have a name for it, we just did it. As you say, your father failed you and you failed us, but you know, adults, because then as we learn, you get there and you get daddies in there and uncles and big brothers, who also, because I went there as a young man, and it was from those big brothers helped me carry on, but it was just a turn on when I got older about my criminal thinking, you know, because I had replacement thoughts, and I learned how to think, and I'm sure you did also, or you wouldn't be here. So to tell them when the aha moment came, that's that you got it, you know, and we remember that. And to cause no harm, because you saw it, and you know, when you was young, you didn't have guidance, you know, you get a little older, and we working with time. Now, how you feel about it? What age did your light come on, and why you got that constitution that you'll hold on to it like that, and die to live, and living to die?
For me, it was, I think 43. I was about 43, I think it was 43 or 44. And, I was tired. I didn't even want to live anymore. I attempted suicide. I didn't want to, I just couldn't see. When you get that much time, you can't see light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't think that I ever see North Oakland again. I never thought that I would see Berkeley, the town, the Bay Area, ever again. Because when you get that much time at age 40, you ain't supposed to come back, right? So I didn't want to live no more. I mean, every day you wake up, it's the same shit every day.
Right.
And I was like, man, I'm just ready for the next step that God got for me.
Right.
So I attempted suicide, and I failed. So, but
Or you succeeded in living.
I, after that, I started talking to a therapist, and talking. Her name was Kalina Rocco. She is the one that told me to start writing down my feelings. I didn't even know I could write.
Yeah.
She gave me a notebook and told me, write my story. And I she said, go back to the earliest memory that you can have. And start writing, start there.
Yeah.
And I started writing, kept writing. And I can say that writing books changed my life because that notebook, she gave me another one after that and another one, and that's how I wrote my first book.
And how many books you got today?
I have 18.
Oh,